you a bath!
Hey guys, it's Captain Forrest here, and today I'm going to be power scaling Rose from Street Fighter. Rose is pretty impressive. She's got some decent feats, she's got some decent scaling, and of course she's the newest released character, and she's playable in Street Fighter 5. So I figured I'd make a video on her. So I'm going to get right into the meat potato of things, so let's begin. So, attack potency, Rose should easily be around Universal Plus. Rose was able to hurt Bison, who can tap into Soul Power, which is the primal energy that permeates the entire universe, and Dawson even states that the Street Fighter universe is infinite. So right there you have some Universal Plus scaling for Rose. Now, in terms of speed, Rose should easily have immeasurable speed. Rose can react to Bison. This same Bison can react to the likes of Chun-Li. Chun-Li herself was able to blitz Jeddah, and Jeddah himself can move outside of time and space, which is very impressive. So right there and then you've got some immeasurable speed scaling for Rose. So that's going to round up the AP and speed portion for Rose. Now let's move on to her other abilities. Now I'll talk about her arsenal as I go on through the video, but I'm going to talk about her pretty much her main ability called Soul Power. So what is Soul Power? So Soul Power is the opposite of Psycho Power, and is a power that is pretty much the same as Chi. In Rose's case, Rose can use her Soul Power gifts in many unique ways. She can imbue her Soul Power into her scarf and attack her opponents on all three levels, so she can affect them on a spiritual, mental and physical level. She's been able to nullify Bison's psycho attacks. Psycho Power pretty much is the same as Soul Power. They all affect you on these three elements. Bison even states that he's been able to break down people's bodies and souls with his Psycho Power, and even torment people on a mental level and give them mental anguish. So right there and then you've got pretty decent abilities right there for Rose. So Rose demonstrates her Soul Power abilities in many forms, such as Soul Spark, which is a ball of soul energy thrown at her opponents. She can also do this in midair too. She can also perform the Aura Soul Spark, which is an amplified version of the Soul Spark, which moves faster and hits strong and hits a lot harder than her standard version, which is pretty impressive. Rose can also use Soul Satellite, where Rose summons two balls of soul energy, which rotates around her to maintain offense and defense. Rose can perform the Soul Throw, where Rose leaps into the air and grabs you and implodes you with soul energy, with just a thought, and pretty much just tosses you to the ground. Soul Punish, Rose summons a spiritual orb which can be detonated manually or automatically, which stuns the foe upon impact. So Fall, Rose can use telekinesis on her foes to imbue them and with Soul Power and pretty much throw them to the ground or blast them away. Fate Aura Spark, one of Rose's most powerful attacks, where she charges up Soul Power and blasts a beam at you, which causes a small area of effect. Soul Illusion, Rose can summon clones of herself which attack her foes in unison with her own attack. Soul Dimension, Rose can warp time in order to teleport and get the drop on her foes and trick them by throwing a Soul Spark and then teleporting behind or above them to put them in a compromising situation and pressure them. Rose can summon herself through a tarot card. Rose can also use her Soul Power to put you to sleep and also erase your memories. Now, that's pretty much it for Rose's Soul Powers. I'm going to move on to her weapons. So, Rose's choice of weapon is her scarf. Rose can use her scarf in many different ways, such as Soul Spyro, where Rose wraps her scarf around her arm like a drill and drill punches her foes. Rose can use her scarf to restrain you. Rose can use Soul Bind, where she grabs her opponent in midair and electrocutes them with spiritual and mental energy. Illusion Spark, Rose wraps her scarf around her opponents and implodes them with soul energy, affecting their mind, body and soul. Rose can shoot out her scarf with good precision to disarm Shadaloo dolls of their weapons. Rose can also use Attack Reflection. Rose can use her soul reflect by using her scarf to reflect back mind, body and soul based attacks, and she can also cancel them out as she did to Bison when Bison was about to attack Minot. Rose is also very skilled with her scarf and utilizes Sabai, which is a fighting style that specializes in traditional armed combat with flexible objects like whips, ropes, fishnets, and scarves, which are used as improvised weapons. This style can deceive ignorant attackers who usually realize too late that they are dealing with an armed and capable person, as the user of Sabai will be armed with obscure objects that appear harmless, such as a scarf in Rose's case. Rose actually has demonstrated to use Sabai in combat, especially against Bison, who is slightly stronger than Rose. The Sabai style compensates for difference in physical strength and is therefore an excellent choice for defense against stronger opponents. The fighting style of the Sabai is primarily focused on defense, evasion, and diversion, which even in the Street Fighter game, Rose's fighting style is defensive and control based. Aggressive attackers are lured into the trap and get caught in the scarf the more they resist, which is also demonstrated in her fights, such as with Killer Bee. There are knotting techniques that can restrict the attacker's ability to move or even bring the foe to a standstill. Rose knows how to defend herself with her own and improvised weapons against a single aggressor, as well as against a group of armed and unarmed opponents. This martial art is ironically more suited to women than men. Now, onto Rose's tarot cards. Rose can seal you inside a tarot card by throwing it at you. Rose's tarot card, called the Chariot, amps her attack potency. Rose also has stat reduction, where Rose can throw a tarot card which weakens her opponents. Rose can also read your fortune. Rose also has precognition and fate manipulation. Rose can peer into the future and alter fates. Her tarot cards also foretell the fate of someone's life. She can also see into the future with her mind's eye in combat. Rose even foresaw the end of the universe with her mind's eye during her fight with G. Rose can also see past, present, and future events. Rose even talks about the past and starting over again to zero to stop the universe from coming to an end in the future. And finally, Rose also has sensory capabilities as well, so she can sense her opponents. So that's pretty much it for Rose. Thank you guys for watching. If you guys enjoyed this power scaling video, please consider subscribing to the channel. I plan to make more content, and if you guys really enjoy me, hit a like, comment down below, and of course, if you guys want to join my scan server, hit me up in Discord. We can talk about details for that. But yes guys, Captain Forest signing out. Peace.